When you guys all heard about the school shooting yesterday, what was your initial reaction? What went through your head?
Shock.
I was like, again.
Yeah. I think it's sad that I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
When did you guys first learn about school shootings? Do you remember how old you were?
I was Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy
Yeah.
Hook was
Yeah.
the first one.
After that is when they say they started doing lockdown drills. And while they're not scared to go to school, they're very aware that what happened in Florida could happen to them.
Do you guys feel like you would know what to do if something like this happened on your school?
No.
I feel like
No.
it's easier said than
Yeah.
done.
It's
Yeah,
easier
it's
said
very-
than done.
I mean,
Like-
I've heard small things here and there of like
Yeah.
what you should be doing, but I honestly feel like in the moment I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And it's just like, I've always felt like, it's wrong to say this, but like with our school, our drills were always to lock the school down, stay indoors, stay quiet, stay low. But I've always felt like, why should we have to sit and basically cook and wait for the person to come?
Exactly.
It's
Yes.
like, why aren't we having any type of like,
Evacuation.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys don't really like the system?
At all.
Basically. You don't feel
I
safe
think-
with the system?
I think
that's-
I understand the idea behind it, but the standard intruder drill now is you get under your desk and you sit there
Yeah.
and you say,
Exactly.
that's not going to do anything.
We then started talking about social media and how none of the students in Florida said they were surprised to learn who the gunman was.
have you ever found yourself in a situation like that where there's a student that you are scared of or concerned about?
yes,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
social
you've heard
media.
it, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
you're
one,
like, yeah.
the loner
Yeah.
kid is the school shooter.
You hear
Every
it.
school has a school shooter.
Like,
Right.
it goes
Yeah.
around.
I
There's always that one kid.
There's always that
at
one
every
kid.
school.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it's true.
Have you guys ever said something about one of these
No,
students?
when you see a threat like that, it's really hard to like tell yourself that, am I going to report this? Do I have to do something about this? Like, is it a
Right.
big enough
That's
of a
always the
problem
hardest
that I
part.
should say something?
I think the biggest thing about our generation is snitching.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Snitching.
be labeled as a
Yeah.
snitch.
Yeah.
Scary when you think about it because, like, in the first place, like, we make these jokes, yeah, this person's a shooter, right? But then it's also scary to think about, like, why are we thinking of that in the first place, right? Like, why aren't we doing something to help them? Like, why are we pushing them away instead of actually helping them?
How
Yeah.
frustrated are you guys? You're not able to vote yet. How frustrated are you when you see that nothing's happened?
The idea that it is harder to get a driver's permit than to walk into a Walmart and purchase a firearm is like awful.
Like, I'm in the process of getting my permit right now. I have to make an appointment, I have to take a test, I have to pass the test with, like, you can only miss around 3 or so. And then I have to wait 6 months, and in between those 6 months, I have to have 3 classes to take. And those classes cost $100 each. So it's like, why do I have to go through all of that, but someone can easily walk into a pawn shop or the corner of the street
Or
and
a
buy
gun show.
and buy
Yeah.
a gun?
You can get a gun. Would any of you guys, when you're old enough, consider having a gun for your own protection?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think that our country needs to ban the accessibility of a rifle. Like, I shouldn't be able to go and get a military rifle.
They all agreed. They want stricter gun laws, more background checks, and restrictions on people with a history of some mental illnesses or violence.
So if it's not gun control, right? If we put gun control away then, if that's not what's going to happen, what else could happen?
School safety.
School safety.
We need school safety. We need security. We need prevention for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to control on the guns, then you need to at least protect yourself at school, because that's the only other thing that you can do.
What would you guys say to arming your teachers?
I agree with that totally.
I'm not sure if I'll be comfortable with my teacher being armed completely, but to be honest, I think the biggest problem and the biggest issue with things like this is that everything to stop a problem isn't to actually stop it, everything is reactionary. How about we stop them from getting on campus altogether?
So how would you stop them from getting on campus? Is that metal detectors?
Something like metal detectors
Yeah.
and something
If
like
we
more
have-
Or even the
security.
doors you guys have here.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't even get in the building.
Yeah.
They also said social media can make students feel isolated and lonely, and that there needs to be more of a focus on mental health.
I've experienced bullying myself, and I know what it feels like to feel alone and feel like you don't have anybody you can talk to. And at times there can be people that influence you a lot, and it seems that you're much more impressionable.
So what do you guys feel you can do in your day-to-day lives?
Get your voice out there.
I think people always say, you know, youth are the future and but we're here. It's not like we don't exist
Yeah.
at the moment.
Exactly.
We have a say, and this is our lives too. It's not just, we can't just sit around and wait till we're old enough to vote or old enough to do stuff. We have to
Exactly.
take action now, or else it's not going to get us anywhere.